Good morning, students. So, today we are going to study about ozone. So, about ozone preparation, its chemical, physical properties, and then we will study in the last uses. So, let me start with the introduction. Ozone with formula O3. It was first detected by Van Marum in 1785 during this passage of electric discharge through oxygen. The formal discovery of this gas was made by Schonwein in 1840, and later on in 1866 Sorot showed that the gas was an allotrope of oxygen and given the formula O3. Its presence in the upper atmosphere protects Earth and its inhabitants from the harmful UV ultraviolet radiation of the sun, because ozone can absorb these radiation very strongly. So next is preparation. Ozone is prepared by passing a silent electric discharge in pure and dry dioxygen. So oxygen with silent electric discharge is going to convert in ozone. This reaction is endothermic. But the meaning of silent electric discharge, the silent electric discharge, that is sparkless electric discharge, produces less heat and thus prevents the local rise in temperature. Otherwise, the ozone produced in the reaction will decompose back into oxygen. The operators used for the preparation of ozone is called ozonizer. Commonly used ozonizers are Siemens ozonizer and Brody's ozonizer. So we have to study only Siemens ozonizer. So what is about Siemens ozonizer? So first is the construction. This is a diagram. You can see it consists of two coaxial glass. These are the coaxial glasses, tubes sealed at one end. The inner surface of the inner tube and the outer surface of the outer tube are coated with tin foils, as you can see in the diagram. The tin foils are connected to the two terminals of a powerful induction coil. Then the preparation after construction, we can see the pure and dry and cold dioxygen is passed in the annular surface through an inlet from this side. Then when the current is switched on, silent electric discharge passes through the dioxygen gas present in annular space and converts it partially into ozone. The mixture of ozone and dioxygen thus obtained is called ozonide oxygen and is taken out from an outlet on the other end of the tube from this side. Then the mixture of ozone and dioxygens are obtained is called ozonide oxygen and is taken out from an outlet on the other end of the tube. The ozonide oxygen contains about 10-15% of ozone. Next is about physical properties. It is pale blue gas with a characteristic odor. When inhaled in small amount, it causes the headache and nausea. In large amounts, it is poisonous gas. It condenses to a deep blue liquid and can be solidified to a violet black solid. It is heavier than air. It is slightly soluble in water but more soluble in turpentine oil, glacial acetic, and carbon tetrachloride. Next is the chemical properties. So in chemical properties, we will study mainly the decomposition, oxidizing properties, bleaching action, etc. First we talk about decomposition. So decomposition at 573 Kelvin is converting into oxygen that can easily decompose with the heating into dioxygen. The decomposition is catalyzed by some of catalysts: manganese dioxide, copper oxide, platinum, etc. The decomposition of Pure ozone occurs with an explosive violence, while that of ozonide oxygen is comparatively slower. Next is the important part, this one, oxidizing properties. So ozone is a powerful oxidizing agent, dioxygen, because ozone can easily decompose to give an atom of nascent oxygen, which is more active than dioxygen. So next is one by one with metalloids and compounds, non-metals. First is this section is much important because one reasoning question is related to this. Silver is oxidized into silver 1 oxide, and mercury can oxide into mercury 1 oxide by ozone. That we say mercurous oxide, not mercuric oxide. During the oxidation of mercury by ozone, the mercurous oxide formed in the reaction dissolves in mercury. On account of this, mercury loses its meniscus and starts sticking to the sides of glass. This is called tailing of mercury. So this is an important reasoning question. What do you mean by tailing of mercury? So after this, we go with the second, oxidation of non-metals. So in the oxidation of non-metals, first is we are taking directly phosphorus can be oxidized into phosphoric acid, sulfur into sulfuric acid, and iodine into iodic acid. So these are the simple balancing reaction or oxidation of ozone or other compounds with the ozone. So ozone, this reaction you have to need to write phosphorus. If you balancing the hydrogen, then the take the addition of water. So water comparing the oxygen are balanced or not. If not, then multiply with the equivalent number of oxygens 10, that will be cancelled after addition the balancing of this reaction. So phosphorus is oxidized by ozone into phosphoric acid, similarly sulfur into sulfuric acid, then iodine into iodic acid. So oxidation of metalloids can be seen. So arsenic into this acidic form of arsenic, and antimony into this form. So these are also balanced reaction. These are simple, you can try these. And next is oxidation of compounds. So in oxidation of compounds, let me study some of important reaction like lead sulfide, that is of black color. After oxidation, that will convert into lead sulfate. So lead sulfide is converting into lead sulfate after balancing. This is the whole balanced reaction. And similarly ferrous sulfate oxidized into ferric sulfate, and halogen acids into halogens like HCl into Cl2, HBr into Br2, Hi into I2. Potassium iodide can be easily oxidized into iodine. So this is also simple reaction, and this is an important reaction because few of the reactions are given in your syllabus. So these are much important, these three. So potassium magnate can be converted into pink color of potassium permanganate. So this is an important reaction, and you have a need to try to balance it. Okay, this is also the use of ozone to prepare the potassium permanganate from potassium magnate. So after this, one more reaction is there, potassium ferricyanide, ferrocyanide into ferricyanide. This is the formula of potassium ferrocyanide. This is the formula of potassium ferricyanide. So in this the ferricyanide is present, and this contains the ferricine. Similarly potassium nitrite into potassium nitrate, acidified stannous dichloride into stannic chloride. Next is this one is also important concept, bleaching action. Ozone can easily oxidize the organic coloring matter, therefore it acts as a bleaching organic color bleaching agent, bleaching agent or bleaching to organic coloring matter. So organic coloring matter with ozone is converted into colorless matter and with byproduct dioxide. This is the structure, and this one is the resinous structures. This is a simple structure and resinous structures. You can try these. In the last, we are going to study the uses of ozone. So first is the use. It is used as a disinfectant and germicides in the purification of water also, and it is used for bleaching oils, flour, starch and delicate articles. It is used in the manufacturing of artificial cell and synthetic camphor. It is used as an oxidizing agent in manufacturing of potassium permanganate from the potassium magnet. So dear students, revise these topics and articles related to ozone. Okay, so till then, goodbye, have a good day.